Друзья, привет из Нюрнберга. Это город побратим Харькова. Я здесь уже не впервые, но каждый раз, когда я приезжаю, я просто восхищаюсь этими улочками, этими домиками, этими каналами, этими готическими соборами. Они здесь просто потрясные. Ежегодно в Нюрнберге проходит рождественская ярмарка, одна из лучших в Европе. И вообще в Нюрнберге в 6 раз больше туристов, чем местных жителей, а на ту же рождественскую ярмарку цены в отелях поднимаются в 5 раз, и все здесь ходят, толкаются локоточками, но все равно всем все нравится. Здесь более десятка музеев, крутых музеев. Один из них, например, музей про Нюрнбергский процесс, и он правда достойный, и сюда стоит приехать и на это посмотреть. Все хорошо в Нюрнберге, но 300 музыкантам не хватает места для репетиций и для выступлений. То же самое касается театров, молодежных инициатив и других крутых идей, которые могли бы быть реализованы, да негде. Поэтому сегодня я вам покажу немножечко другую сторону Нюрнберга. Она очень сильно отличается от старого города, она очень сильно отличается и контрастирует вообще с тем, что мы привыкли видеть в центре немецких городов. Но это очень крутая инициатива, которая называется Z-Bau. Это молодежный центр, который построен на месте бывшего военного барака. И сегодня вместе с Felicitas Lutz, это пиар-менеджер Z-Bau, и Андреасом Вайнером, это CEO проекта, мы попробуем разобраться, как же это работает и как выглядит креативная экономика в городе побратиме Харькова, Нюрнберге. What is going on here? Which venues do you have here, and what people can do in Z-Bau?
We have 3 venues at the Z-Bau that we use for concerts mostly, also for parties, for readings. We rent them out. We do whatever we feel like doing with it, or what.
You are free.
And we have one big hall that is at the moment under construction, and it's right behind us.
For 1,000 people.
Yes, that's right. And we have one smaller venue. It's the second largest venue. It's called the Gallery, and it's for 400 people. And we have one even smaller venue that is for around 150 people standing up. And that is the Rote Salon, Red Saloon. We rent out a lot of rooms to tenants who are artists, groups of people who form small societies, who do
For
their own projects, and art musicians. We have a graffiti school here. We have a
Graffiti school?
Yeah, we have a small brewery here in the house. We have a cycling club.
Oh, we'll look at something very strange, which is called a water saloon, a red saloon. What's that?
Oh, it's not
Felicitas?
too strange.
It's very dark here, and I don't see anything. Okay, so, but by the way, it's very nice. Yeah, so the light on. Again, an old military barrack with a scene for concerts, for poetry evenings, for singers, for plays. So, an old military barrack. So we are somewhere which you make for a rent, right? So actually, Z-Bau can earn that place. So it's just a room, and what do you do here?
This room we use sometimes for exhibitions, sometimes for we use it for small readings at the beginning of October when we celebrated our birthday, our birthday.
Yeah. We can see on the walls.
You can see on the walls that we left them really rough and
yeah, it's actually like rough. It was.
Yeah, it's well, you have to know a lot has changed. We now have heating everywhere, which is really nice during winter.
So it's the yard where, what do you do here?
a lot of things, as you can see. Not too much at the moment because we're heading to winter season, but during summer, especially the Wednesdays, it's really busy here, mostly because of the urban lab. It's a small group of people that are also tenants here at Z-Bau, and they do a lot of interesting stuff there at the container that we have put up at the garden. They do research and also projects all around urban development and are interested in how urban space can be used differently from how we're doing it now. And so they, for example, construct things like this. It's a
What's that?
it's like a bench, but you have to sit on it with 4 people.
Ah, you can't sit alone.
It only works when you sit together.
Okay.
So,
That's a community bench, right?
yeah, it's a community.
Nice.
And we have
So we are now in the place where the rooms are rent to various artists and various representatives of creative and cultural industries. And what we got here, Felisa just told me, is the school for street art.
Yeah.
It's here. So they're behind this door.
Yeah. Well,
On the next door we have, let's look, even more interesting thing. A studio for DJs, right?
yeah, it's also a club or a small society for people who are involved in music and do their own events. We have DJs, we have musicians.
Everything is creative in this place. Even, look, they are decorated. The rooms are decorated in a very strange way. I thought it's a kind of an animal there,
well,
but
it's
it's not.
Animal.
It's a bicycle animal,
Yeah.
so it's a saddle from the bicycle, and you know there are various interesting stickers on the doors, and each door has its own stickers, it's its own style, because various people and various artists are behind.
Yes, and here we have a club that is engaged in bicycle and cycling culture. They do cycling events and they fix bicycles during the summer in our garden.
Oh.
Everybody can come by and fix bicycles with them. It's really cool.
I don't know, is there anyone who you don't have here? Okay, you have a kitchen here, right?
Yeah, we have a kitchen
Social
can be used,
social room.
can be used by everybody. And yeah, this is the other part of the rooms of the graffiti school.
Teach kids graffiti, so kids can be taught graffiti urban lab.
This is the urban lab.
Wow, what do they do here? Interesting.
And this is also artists' studio.
Artists. So this is the entrance to the gallery.
Yes, this is the entrance to the big hall.
Big
When you
hall.
go to the left, in the future there will be the entrance.
Okay.
It has been earlier the entrance to the big hall.
Und
This is the entrance to
Kunstverein.
Kunstverein, yes.
What's that?
It's a cultural club or society that is a tenant here in the Z-Bau, and they have been here the longest from all of us.
Okay.
The Kunstverein already moved into this building at the end of the 90s, and it's now still part of the Z-Bau.
Friends, dear friends, I would like to introduce you Andreas Feiner. He is the CEO of Z-Bau, and finally we will find out what is going on here. When Z-Bau became the official building for culture?
Yeah, it was like a few steps. So there were became more and more official, like there were negotiations with the city to get some funding for the building. But that never really worked out because the different parties in Z-Bau were not really, they had different interests and stuff. So and there was no company or nothing that hold everything together. So actually the whole Z-Bau concept broke at first. first
It
steps.
usually happens with ideas.
Yeah. Another thing was that the building itself was not safe for usage, for like cultural usage. And so there was a step when it all was shut down. And afterwards, the city and all involved parties here were discussing, and all the cultural scene in Nuremberg were discussing, what can we do with this building? It's like a heritage, so you can't destroy it. You need a function for this building, but it's a difficult building. And there were different studies made. What could this building be? Could it be a cultural center, or could it be a supermarket, or could it be a place for living, or whatever? And so the concept of having here a cultural center was like the one that was approved from the city, and yeah, so the politics in the city said, yes, we want a cultural center here.
So what did you do? Yeah, what was like the first 3-5 steps? Because there are the same problems that the Ukrainians face. We have the same old Soviet buildings, old factories, plants, and maybe barracks, who knows. So what to do? What are the first 3-5 steps to do?
Okay, I don't know if I have a list what to do, what to
Just
we also made a lot
what comes
of
to your mind?
Yeah, the first thing is okay, what are the circumstances? It's can you use this building at all for a cultural scene, and what does that mean? Do you want to have a venue for concerts, or do you want to have space for artists, or do you want to have rooms for bands to practice, or whatever? So what do you want?
The concept, what do you want, what the society and the city needs, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's the first. The second?
Okay, and then ask people, what do they want?
What
does the city need? Does the city need another venue? Does it need more band spaces, or whatever?
Okay, then?
And then you start to write.
You write the concept in order to discuss maybe with the partners and the sponsors, right? To find finance and to find other people.
You have to talk to people. One thing about culture needs a lot of money. It's nothing happens out of culture, and you just put money in and nothing comes out.
By the way, what do you think about that?
Yeah, that's rubbish. I studied cultural sciences. So
Cultural sciences.
Yeah.
Great.
So
So culture really matters.
Culture really is, sure.
So we decided that culture really matters. Prove that.
All right. And I think people need spaces, or there must be spaces where people come together with kind of same opinions, or not even the same opinions, but there must be a room to be able to have opinions, to discuss, or to not discuss, to just drink a beer, or just be together and to have an exchange. Because when you're alone at the table at home, you don't have an exchange with friends or foreigners or whatever. And you get a lot of impressions. Look at any band on the stage. With any concert you see, you get more impressions, and you grow yourself. You grow. You have thoughts about what happened on stage, and what is the audience about, how does this work, what do they want to tell me, do I dance or do I not dance, or do I listen to the music?
Okay, so you understand better yourself, you understand better your other people, you interact, and you get it, culture makes you think, right?
Sure, culture in general, or arts or music, or also all the disciplines, that's something for your mind, or something also for your heart.
Of course.
Of course.
And what about the numbers? What can you prove with the numbers? What good have you done with Z-Bau for the society, for the city, for the people, for cultural heritage?
Okay.
So
the Z-Bau, it is right now, after the concept and stuff, exists now since 3 years. So it's very young, and it's a big building for a city like Nuremberg. So people were afraid of what just happened? Do people come to Z-Bau? Does a city like Nuremberg need a big space like this? And other venues are also afraid of what happens when it opens. Do people all go to Z-Bau and no one else goes to my club or bar or cinema or whatever. Yeah, and we're in good exchange with all the other promoters and clubs and venues in Nürnberg, and we're like cool with each other. We like they do a lot of concerts at Z-Bau because we have like bigger venues, for example, or so there's not many concerts we do ourselves, but a lot from others. So like promoters like that do promoting for their job, promote concerts here and earn money with that. So that's like
finally, there are money.
There is money.
There is money.
You can earn money by doing concerts, for example.
Yes.
You can also like earn money by having a theater piece or something here, for sure. Yeah.
So one can come, rent this, and earn money from that, and so sell the tickets and earn money. So this is like the creative economy works like that. Ну что, это было краткое любительское видео про Z-Bau. На самом интересном месте у нас заглючил телефон, поэтому про тот волнующий вопрос, а где что-то экономика, я вам сейчас расскажу. 30% Z-Bau финансируется государством через городской совет. Это порядка 500 000 евро. 70% они зарабатывают сами на аренде помещений, на продаже билетов и организации мероприятий. То есть они существуют 3 года, но уже потихоньку выходят на самоокупаемость. Не стоит забывать про долгосрочный эффект. Их артисты, предприниматели, которые сейчас у них арендуют помещения, потенциально те люди, которые в будущем будут зарабатывать на своем таланте. Соответственно, принесут копейку себе, Z-Bau, государству и всем причастным к этому процессу. Вам могло показаться, Z-Bau, какой-то особой красоты мы там не увидели. Но на самом деле, задумайтесь, это бывший военный барак. Когда они только начинали все это дело, им нельзя было даже запускать туда людей, потому что это было опасно для жизни и здоровья. Сейчас там есть отопление, сейчас там проведены все коммуникации, и объект полностью готов для работы в нем. Конечно, это была большая работа, в ней было много разных профессионалов из разных сфер. Когда они только запускали этот проект, там были инженеры, архитекторы, финансисты и юристы. Инженеры, например, помогали запустить все необходимые коммуникации, организовать, а юристы получить все разрешительные документы, чтобы этот проект, в принципе, можно было запустить. Поэтому об этих шагах, кстати, о том, как подобные проекты запускать в Украине, с чего начать, я писала в своей статье, ссылочку на нее мы можем оставить ниже к этому видео. Но в конце я спросила у Андреаса, а какой бы мотивационный месседж вы дали вашим коллегам из Украины, которые хотят запустить нечто подобное? И он сказал, делайте, иначе будет скучно. Я с ним согласна. Друзья, давайте делать, иначе мы просто застрянем в своем постсоветском пространстве, и в нашей жизни будет очень сильно не хватать чего-то интересного и яркого. Если у вас есть вопросы по тому, как подобные проекты работают и как их запускать, вы можете обращаться к нам, мы всегда будем рады помочь разнообразить сферу креативной экономики в нашей стране. Следите за нашими видео, пишите нам, задавайте свои вопросы, всегда будем рады помочь.